Hi, I'm Peter Travers, movie critic for Rolling Stone, and I'm here before I talk about this weekend's movies. I want to thank all of you out there for responding to our special here called Scumtober, because a lot of you pointed out things that I missed. And to all of you, and there were many, that said, Peter, how could you have forgotten for 1 minute the Human Centipede Part 2? I don't know. I think I was trying to drive that crap out of my head. I close my eyes and I see this horrible movie with all those things that shouldn't be sewed together, and it was horrible. And then you also pointed out that Justin Timberlake's movie, In Time, was definitely scumbucket worthy and should go in there in that bucket. So consider yourself in there. Please do that. And thank you. You could continue to send this to me as time goes on, because I know sometimes it's a while. It takes a while for you to catch up. But now I have to go to the movie at hand, what will surely be the #1 movie this weekend, and it's called Tower Heist. Tower Heist, which has a great cast. Eddie Murphy, it has Ben Stiller, it has Matthew Broderick, it has Alan Alda, all of these great people. The thing that stops me is that Tower Heist is directed by Brett Ratner. Yes, people, it is. It's the guy who did all the Rush Hours, the bad X-Men movie. I don't know, he's a very enthusiastic guy. And he had this idea given to him by Eddie Murphy that it would be wonderful to show a heist in a huge Manhattan condominium. And Eddie Murphy wanted an all-black cast. Well, what happened was Brett Ratner didn't think that was a good idea, so he made a different version of it, but a version that's quite timely, because here's Ben Stiller. He's the manager of this huge condominium, like the Trump Tower. And in the penthouse lives Alan Alda, who might as well be called Bernie Madoff. He is up there stealing everybody's money, stealing pensions. He's so evil, and Alan Alda is great at playing evil. So when it turns out that Alan Alda is up there stealing the pensions of everybody that works in the building, they get angry. You know, we're all angry. We're all pissed off at people like this. So Ben Stiller organizes all the employees here, including Matthew Broderick, who lives in the building, who worked at Merrill Lynch, and gets his street friend, played by Eddie Murphy. And I say this, I don't want to overemphasize or make you too excited about Eddie Murphy's performance in this, because it's not Dreamgirls, it's not something where he's actually acting, but he stopped doing all those crappy daddy daycare crapo movies, and he's playing a street guy like he used to do when he was on Saturday Night Live. And this guy's name is Slide. He looks at them all with contempt. And there's a wonderful moment where he goes to a mall to see if these idiots can actually rob anything and do a heist. And he says, steal $50 worth of merchandise. Just steal something. And they go off and do it. Ben Stiller does it. Matthew Broderick does it. This is like a great thing to do. It's funny. Eddie Murphy is funny in the scenes where Gabby Sidibe, who played Precious, is coming on to him. There's a lot of like dialogue that probably will get the movie in trouble in some circles. But it's hit and miss. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's not. What makes it worth talking about, I think, is that it hits this timeliness right on the button. While Madoff, and we're reading about him, his wife, his son, they're all talking about him. I saw and heard an audience applaud. Can I hear that? The very idea that you would go after the money that was stolen from you is alive in this audience. People are screaming, yay, yay, and they're just, yeah. Rob that son of a bitch. He just deserves it. And I think that's fun. That makes the movie more than it actually is and more exciting than it is. So you be the judge of that. What I want you to do for me this week is, when you see this movie and you think back on Eddie Murphy, I want to know what you think was the best Eddie Murphy movie ever, and the worst Eddie Murphy movie ever, where there's so much to choose from. And I'm not even going to say titles, although I could say The Adventures of Pluto Nash. Oh boy, you know, Harlow. I could say a lot of things, but I want to hear from you. What's the best and worst of Eddie Murphy? So go to Tower Heist and come back. I want the dish on Eddie from you. And I'm Peter Travers.